Hello everyone and welcome back to another Grainman Travels video. Now in this episode we're in Brazil and we're looking at a new map called Green Gold Farm. Now while we fly over the area, let's just run through some of the key information off of Mod Hub. So firstly, this map was released on the 19th of the 5th 2023, so I'm a couple of days late on this one. It's on the version 1.0.0.0. It's only available for PC and Mac, and it's 281.15 megabytes to download, and the modder is naimog mod and Dilsão gaming, or Dilsão gamer, so hopefully I've said that correctly. It's a quite nice little map actually. I'm quite surprised how nice it is because of it being based in Brazil, and I've not seen any maps by this modder before. So it's got 4 forest areas, it's got 2 grain cells, it's got a place to sell logs, and there's quite a few areas actually to do logging, so that's quite nice. Your starter farm is something a little bit different as well, because there's a few different custom buildings, etc., which is nice. There's also a new crop, black bean. Now I think I've seen black bean on a couple of other mod maps, but not one recently, so that's quite nice. And obviously there's quite a big push on things like sugarcane, etc. Now hopefully a few of you may have already done sugarcane, but if you haven't, give it a whirl. It's quite a good crop for the amount of sugar you can get out of it, but it does take a long time to harvest, so that's just something to be aware of. So what we'll do as always, we'll just run through our normal bits and bobs. So we'll run through the starter equipment, we'll run through the actual map itself, the productions, anything that we get, and then we'll obviously finish with a normal field prices review. So let's get started. So when it comes to starting equipment, we get some quite nice different bits of equipment this time. So we get 2 medium tractors, we get a John Deere 6250R with 300 horsepower. We then also get a Massey Ferguson MF 6718S with 200 horsepower. That's quite nice. Both of them have got some residual damage already, but they're quite new in regard to the amount of hours they've done. We've got a John Deere T560 combine harvester with 387 horsepower, so that's nice to see something a little bit different. We've got the standard Lizard pickup 2017. We've got a Rudolph TDK 301 RP trailer. We've got the header to go with it, which is 7.6 metres wide. We've got a Cockling Vector 570 5.7 metre cultivator. We've got a very nice Pottinger Terrasem C6F 6 metre direct seeder. And we've also then finished off with a nice Breedle K165 15,600 litre fertiliser and lime spreader. So quite nice to see some different bits of equipment there though. So as you can see, we've got the Massey Ferguson here. It's already pre-dirty and bits and bobs, so that's quite nice to see. And then you've got your Pottinger there. Let's have a quick look at the main farm area. This is the back of one of the main sheds. So you start with this, there's your house over there, which allows you to have the sleep trigger and the wardrobe trigger there as well with your truck, so that's nice. You've got a area here to pick up some free water, so that's good, with a little bit of a dam. And you've got 3 very large silos, which are connected to this multi-fruit silo here, which is where the combine is. That's nice to see as well, something a bit different as well. And also, as you can walk around this map, the noises and the sound effects of like a tropical environment are piped through as well, which is really nice to see, I think, and really nice to hear. Just gives a bit more inclusion in the map and just something a little bit different. So right, so as a new farmer we also get a animal pasture. So we've got a cow pasture, which is quite nice. It comes with 15 cows already. You come with a couple of productions as well. You come with a sunflower, you come with an oil mill, which is sunflower oil, canola oil and olive oil. And you also come with a cereal factory, so that's quite nice to see. If you are new to productions in FS22 and you've not done it before, at least you don't have to save an awful lot of money straight away, so that's good. Contracts themselves seem to be pretty good. There's an awful lot of them, and they're pretty good pricing, like for rewards for doing the work, so that's quite nice to see. So you can build up a nice amount of money pretty quick. So I think what we'll do is we'll just have a quick look where the animals are. So if we have a quick look over here, the pasture is there. So again, a bit of a custom looking pasture area, which is quite nice to see. It's an open one as well, so we've got some nice cows roaming around. we've got a place there for putting water. So it's obviously a manual water area that you need to put water for the cows. I mean, the actual outlook of the map is really nice. It's nice that the modders put some different types of trees in to make it look more tropical. And also it's very green and it's quite undulating, so it's not a boring flat map, so that's nice. So if we have a quick look at the crop calendar. So crop calendar looks like it has been altered quite heavily when it comes to the planting and harvesting, especially with wheat, barley, canola and oat. Usually they're in July and August sort of time, but these obviously sit in December, January and February. So if you wanted to mix your game up a little bit, the calendar definitely changes that a lot. And also you get the black bean custom crop, which is very nice to see in my opinion. Something a little bit different. So look at prices on that. So prices are pretty standard, and there's quite a few places to take things like the cooperative, the oil mill, etc. And if we have a quick look at black bean, I mean that's worth 5,241. So if that is a high yielding crop, that could be quite a big game changer when it comes to getting a lot of money from a harvest. So 5241. Usually soy is the highest on most maps. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, okay. So if it does yield even the same as soybeans, then obviously it's still going to be a very, very impressively profitable crop to do. So that's good. So if we just zoom out a second and just do have a quick look. So on new farmer mode, you start with this whole area here, which is obviously a very large area, and it's quite impressive. The map itself is pretty large, to be honest with you. Quite a lot of nice fields. There's some very, very big fields. I mean, if we skip to field 1 in a second, we'll see how big that field is. But some of these are really quite large areas. I mean, there's a main central road network that runs around here and then over here. But there's quite a lot of, like this road that runs from our farm up to the main road is like a dirt track, which is absolutely fine. Just something a little bit different, which is quite nice to see. So if we just have a quick look at our field here, just up here. As you can see, that is a very, very, very big field. It's growing some nice soybeans. So yeah, you get a very good harvest off of that, which is nice to see. So we'll run through the productions on the map now, I think, which will be the next thing. So just zoom out. Like I said, we are starter farms here. We can start with that field there, and obviously there's lots of places for forestry around as well. So if we go up to the top, there's a fuel station, and then we have the supermarket, a bakery, which is nice to see that there's a bakery on the map as well. We've got a lime station and a debris crusher. Now that's kind of like a quarry area, which is quite nice to see, and there's a big area here for getting your water if you wanted to. So if we say we've got a nice dairy and the cereal factory, which I believe is the one you own. Oil mill, we'll check that out in a second actually. The Pioneer Agribusiness, that's where you can sell some of your crops. Cotton and wool trader. Vehicle shop. Fuel station again. Down in the bottom left we've got a cooperative. And then we have the sugarcane plant and slurry tanks. So, and then in the middle here we've got the animal dealer and the bale trader. So quite a few different ones to sell and purchase your wares at, so that's nice to see. So if we just have a quick skip through onto the productions, let's visit this. So there's certain areas on the map that obviously texturing isn't been improved or put any concrete or anything like that down, but I suppose it's supposed to be in a rainforest area, so not actually having it been to Brazil, I'm guessing it may have been built on this kind of terrain, but we'll say that that's pretty correct by the modder. And obviously you see there's some dirt roads here onto the main area, but generally though it's a nice bright map. The textures are very nice as well. Like I said, the trees are really impressive. It's really nice to see the different variety of trees, just to give the idea that you are in a tropical environment. So if we just skip now to the cereal factory, and same again, it's not that far away, so yes, it is the one that's on the map, so that's good. There's the dairy there as well, so it's pretty good. So that's quite nice to see. So if we just then skip back to the main map, zoom out a little bit, I think the last thing we'll probably do is just run through field prices. So if we just do that, one thing I will say though is there's an awful lot of areas of sugarcane. Here, here and all the way up here. So a field like that would take an awful long time to harvest. Just saying, if you were going to think about doing it. So if we picked, so I wanted to expand into field 26, 85,000. It's not too bad. Field 27, 279, 364. 337. The red's not very easy to see on the brown textures of the field, that's the one thing. 2440, 105,000. So there's definitely room for expansion, especially if you started to harvest this field here, etc. I think you'd probably get an awful lot of money, and depending on how the black bean goes as well. So that's pretty good. So let's just skip back to the main farm. I think we've pretty much run through everything here, to be honest with you, so hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, give it a like and subscribe to the Grainman channel, and I hope to see you again soon. Many thanks.